Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours. We have a few frontline change. So there is competition or argument in the comment section. Previously I removed the numbers on the right side of the screen here. Then people complain, I want to see it. So I put it on. Then people now complain that I put it on. So now I removed it. So you guys continue to compete. So okay, so I remove it. So they say that this will increase anticipation, no more excitement. So that you will watch all the way to the end. I kind of agree. So anyway, cool. So we're going to go straight to the Sumy front. Over the Sumy front, there is some frontline change. The Russian forces have counterattack into Kindrativka. So Kindrativka has been recaptured by the Ukrainian forces previously. The Russian forces have re-entered into Kindrativka and they have been geolocated along this street. So based on my speculation, the Russian forces basically have entered through the water system and probably taken some positions in the forest here. So the front line now looks a bit like this. So this is the Russian advance into Kindrativka. The battle for the village or the town has restarted again. So the distance advanced by the Russian forces is around 900 meters. So definitely there are resistance by the look of it. So this is my formula now. Of course, it's not scientific. No, 2 kilometers is there's no one defending. If it changed in a matter of 24 hours. If it's 1 kilometer, there's some resistance. But the defenders are failing to defend effectively. So if zero, we don't know what the hell happened. maybe there's an attack and it failed. Maybe they are just playing scissors paper stone with each other. Who knows, man. So that is the frontline change in this sector. This area is 47.8 0.47 square kilometers, so not that big. The next frontline change is over at Zelen High, over in the Borova front. So this is Borova, and over in Zelen High, the Ukrainian mapping have updated their map to show that the Russian forces have advanced further with this gully or this riverine or water spillway thingy has been taken by the Russian forces in the north of Zelen High. So the Russian forces take this tree line as well and close down on Zelen High. So this is a slight change. The advance is averaging around 900 meters, and the entire front line is around 4 kilometers. So this is just a clarification of the front line. This is not like an active advance. So it's just the Russians have already taken this position probably long time ago. So that's the Zelen High over in the Borova front. The next front line change is further south in the Oskil front at Karpivka. So is this one. So yesterday's frontline changes report, we have marked that there is this impossible salient appearing off Karpivka because the Ukrainian mapping have updated the map to show the Russian advance in the south, and they heard me, and they draw it like this now. So the update now is that this impossible salient is now shortened to a less impossible salient, because the Ukrainian forces could potentially have control through the town and this gully forest line thingy place. Actually, I'm not sure what do you actually call this thing. Valley? It's not a valley. No, it's like, yeah, it's gully. Yeah, it's gully. Can they have a better name? Gully sounds ridiculous. Ravine, okay. Ravine also doesn't sound correct. Never mind. So this makes more sense. This area here, of course, makes zero sense because if you look at the terrain, how can the Ukrainian forces come here? Like, it's just impossible to jump there and die. So them cutting the front line like this makes a bit more sense. But this tree line here, hard to say. But yeah, this makes a lot more sense, I would say. Of course, the Ukrainian mapping does not really have the same mapping in the north, but I think it's through geolocation, so there's nothing they can do about it. So that's all from Karpivka. This change here is around 1 kilometers. So after Karpivka, the next front line change is over at Novoekonomichne, over in the Pokrovsk front. So this is a big one. So this is Pokrovsk, this is Minohrad, and Novo-Ekonomichne. So we have this big piece of frontline change. These two here. So this impossible salient is like I said, it got chopped off. And then now it got beaten by a bear. Yeah, it must be super painful. So the entire eastern flank of the Novo-Ekonomichne, the eastern outskirt, is now entirely under Russian control, with Russian forces advancing from Merne. And also within this salient, the Russian forces also travel southward from Merne, as well as from the fortifications. And then now we have this very weird situation right now, because the Russian forces was already geolocated inside of Mykolaiivka. And so we have this like ridiculous front line now. Like, this is not a thing. This is not a thing. There is no such thing as a front line looking like this. There is literally almost no place for the Ukrainians to stay. So if I zoom in a bit, you can see this is where the Ukrainians draw the front line. This was where the Russian forces literally was geolocated, raising their flags. So there's this pathway that is like 300 meters. Is anyone that walk through there is going to get shot. Then the Russian front line, the confirmed front line looks like this. This is the Ukrainian drawn ones. So there is only these three lines here, which none of it links. None of it links. Yeah. So where do you think the Ukrainians is going to put their forces in this pocket? Countdown: 10, 9, 8. You know, it's like those game show, right? You know, there's a countdown. What do you think? You know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is it A, over here? Okay, I use blue. Is it B, over here? Is it C, or is it D? Do you want to call your friend? Oh yes, you want to call your friend. Who you would like to call? Oh, Zelensky. Okay, so the host will will give a call. No, now we will make a call to Zelensky. Then Zelensky on the phone. What are you talking about? Okay, never mind. I run out of juice for that joke. So anyway, yeah, you can see how this is still impossible salient. It's still salient, but of course this is basically encirclement. Don't make sense at all. Zero sense at all. So this area here is just waiting for for milking. For us to milk the frontline changes report. So thank you for letting us milk the frontline changes report. Like, I just talk about this for another 2-3 minutes. No, I waste your life. So anyway, so this advance here, I mean, the most significant one is of course the one in the east of Novo-Ekonomichne. The advance is probably 1.5 kilometers on the average, but like, yeah, it's arbitrary. This area here, the Russian mapping already mapped like this. This is the Russian mapping. Like, it's already taken long time ago. So yeah, this is what it is. So this is Ekonomichne and Merne, and there's one last frontline change is over at Kanyamske, over at the Zaporizhzhia front. This is Zaporizhzhia city. This is Kanyamske, and over this region here, Russian forces has been geolocated in a new location. Oh my god, this Dachas looks horrible. It looks like some Chinese cemetery, but of course this, because I'm zoom out. Geolocation over here. So Russian forces advance into this Dacha region, and so that's mainly about it. Moving into Plavni. So Plavni is the town north of this position. The advance is at least 400 meters to extent of 800 meters. So this is the small advance here. Kanyamske has been already claimed to be captured by the Russian forces. So is a claim to be captured by Russian Defense Ministry since the 17th of July. This is Plavni. So I would imagine this is the start of Plavni, and then this is Kanyamske. I would imagine it's like this, you know, because it only makes sense because this is one street, and then these are housing. The behind this is just dachas. So the housing move all the way up north. So this, yeah, I mean, it makes more sense in that sense. Or maybe the dachas don't have a name for the place. I don't know. So I'm not Russian enough or Slavic enough to understand the concept of dachas. So anyway, yeah, dachas don't make a lot of sense to me. Especially for a city boy from Singapore. No, there's no such thing as another house for fun. Leave it there. No, and then go during summer. Like I don't understand. It's just not a thing in Singapore. I usually call that the toilet. But so anyway, that's all from the Frontline changes report. So let's do some calculation. Well, wrong box. So this is the advance. So the biggest one is of course at Pokrovsk at 8.11 square kilometers, which is basically the closure of this impossible salient. There's still another piece to go. I think this is probably around more or less the same area. Maybe slightly more than this, maybe 6-7 square kilometers to go for the Frontline changes closure of this salient and or encirclement. And the next biggest is at Oskil, which is the Karpivka one. The red, at Borova front. Sorry, Borova has the bigger one, the second biggest, which is this piece over at Zelen High. But this is just a clarification of the front line. So let's do some calculation. So let's put this as the background. Yeah. So this is interesting. So let's count. The Ukrainians did not capture anything. It's the 0 as usual. And then, so 0.47 plus 2.9 plus 1.74 plus 8.11 plus 0.36. Total area captured by the Russian forces is 13.58 square kilometers. And so if they have closed up the entire salient, like a normal human being, it would be 20 square kilometers. But no, we are not talking about normal human beings over here. We are talking about heroes of the great Ukrainian nation. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. Happy birthday to you if your birthday today, and I'll see you guys in the next update.